Y bienvenidos a otro gameplay de Stanley Parábola, la parábola de Stanley. Llevo mucho tiempo ya sin subir vídeos, unos 3 días. Y el último vídeo que subí ha sido el de me cago en Windows 8 porque, vamos, ahora mismo estoy buscando programas para editar vídeos, para poder renderizarlos, y el vídeo de este vídeo es una prueba que está en mi canal, que lo borraré. Pues claro, está utilizado por Sony Vegas, pero vamos, es que me aparece, o sea, aparece un mensajito por todo el puto vídeo que dice Created by Sony Vegas. Ya lo intentaré solucionar y a ver qué consigo hacer. Y bueno, vamos a empezar el juego. A ver, no sé qué hacer exactamente. Ya ni siquiera me acuerdo muy bien. Y vamos, cuando consiga una webcam, haré gameplays con mi cara y grabaré uno a ciegas. Sí, o sea, con los ojos vendados. Jugar porque es que me sé el camino y todo. Vale. Esta es la historia de un hombre llamado Stanley. Ay, Dios. Vale, hasta aquí perfecto.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oye, un momento. Recuerdo que Loquendo Expert me dijo algo de una habitación llamada 430, pero... Esto no se abre, ¿eh? No sé muy bien. ¿Y en esta?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office,
Bueno,
but it didn't
vale,
make a
narrador,
single
no te
difference,
enfades.
nor did it
Tranquilo,
advance the
narrador,
story in any way.
relájate, hombre. Esa puerta está abierta.
Stanley clicked
Vale,
on literally
vale.
every single door in
Y
the office,
cliqueó.
because he doesn't pick up well on
Vale,
cues from
hombre.
his environment.
Vale.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Vamos a ir por la izquierda. O sea, me parece que hice un vídeo llamado Final del Museo y creo que voy a ir por ahí.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Arriba. ¡Har! Ese fistro que me dicen ¡har!
Stepping into his manager's office,
Vale.
Stanley was
No
once
voy a
again
poner 666.
stunned to discover not an indication
No.
of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh, Dios mío, ahora me siento muy relajado. Gracias, narrador. No sé qué haría sin ti.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Vale, lo que tú digas. O sea, me parece que el lugar se llamaba Mind Control Facility. Que ahí hice el vídeo de... A ver, espera. Ahora cuando lo veáis...
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Una linterna me vendría bien, ¿eh?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
A ver, ¿os suena? En esta zona hice el vídeo de la fiesta de Stanley. Que era un easter egg. ¡Qué oscuro! ¡La bombilla!
The lights rose on an enormous room packed
ahí
with
está lo
television
del spoiler
screens.
de...
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength
O sea,
to find out?
esa plataforma es la del final de la confusión. La plataforma esa. A ver. Sí, en esa plataforma nos llevó la línea.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true
Oh!
nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
A ver si me encuentro.
Had Stanley
¿Dónde
really
está el
been under
empleado
someone's control all
666?
this time? Was this the only reason he
No,
was
no
happy
está.
with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to
A
accept
ver
it
si...
blindly?
427, ¿dónde está? 400... lo he visto! Ahí está, ahí está. Ahí está. Mira, es mi oficina. Vale.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Never!
It
Ser
was
o no
unthinkable.
ser.
Wasn't it?
Ahí la
Was it even
cuestión.
possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the
Enceguido.
world?
Sí, enceguecido. Vale, enceguecido. Vale, yo había entendido enceguido. A ver, ¿qué pasa ahora? Vale, que sigo moviéndome.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
¿Qué coño
Walking,
es esto?
eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very
láser.
place.
Creía que
And
era
as the
como una
cold reality
piscina
of his
láser.
past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once
Sí,
and
¿no?
for
A lo James
all.
Bond. A lo James Bond, ¿no? Lo desactivo ahí y voy corriendo y no miro la explosión ahí. ¡Estás ahí, Miami! Oh. O sea, esto me recuerda al final del museo. O sea, una pantalla gigante de cine. System power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Poner un fin, ¿eh? Con que poner un fin. ¿Y si no la apago? A ver.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just
¿Yo?
activate the
Yo no he
control,
hecho nada.
did you?
¿Qué va? Ha
After
sido
they
el
kept you
botón.
enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Hombre, pues estaría bien, ¿no? Un poco control.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can
¿Qué
do.
más da? Ahora tengo
You
el
were
poder, ¿no?
supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that.
Bueno,
I'm
vale, lo
afraid you don't
siento.
have nearly the
Lo
power
siento,
you think
mi
you do. For
señor
example,
caballero.
and I believe you'll find this pertinent,
¿Qué?
Stanley suddenly realized
¿De
he had
qué?
just initiated the network's emergency
¿Cómo que
detonation
sistema de
system.
detonación? ¿De
In
qué
the
coño me
event that
hablas?
this machine is
Oye, ¿lo
activated
hace?
without
¿El puto
proper
narrador me
DNA
quiere matar?
identification,
Oye, ¿esto será una
nuclear
broma, verdad?
detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
No,
How long
eso es
until
una...
detonation then?
Sí, es una
Let's
broma.
say,
¿no?
2 minutes.
Que estás de coña,
Now
¿no?
this is making things a little more
¿Qué?
fun,
¿Qué?
isn't it,
¿Qué?
Stanley?
No,
It's
no,
your
no.
time
Oh,
to
oh,
shine.
oh,
You
oh,
are
oh,
the star.
oh,
It's
oh,
your
oh.
story now. Take it to your
mierda!
heart's
Esto no puede
desires.
estar pasando.
Oh, this is much better
Eres
than
la
what I had
estrella,
in
es tu
mind.
historia,
What a
sí,
shame we have so
claro.
little time left to enjoy it.
No veo
Mere
nada. ¿Dónde
moments
está la
until the
puerta?
bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about
Joder,
you,
esto me recuerda un
about
puto
me,
huevo a Sau
where we're
5.
going, what
O sea,
all
me
this
recuerda a
means.
Sau,
I
aquí hay una
barely know
cuenta
where to
atrás.
start.
No,
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
mis
A moment of
compañeros.
solace before you're obliterated?
Oye, estás
All
siendo
right,
muy
I'm in a good
cabrón,
mood.
¿eh?
You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you
Dios mío.
exactly what happened to them.
Qué
I
hijo de
erased them.
puta que es el
I turned off the
narrador.
machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Morir
Other
solo.
times, I
Oh,
let the
Dios mío,
office
esto
sink
tiene
into
que
the
ser malo.
ground,
¡Apuerta!
swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to
Que
see it
no te
go.
estoy haciendo ni puto
But
caso.
I'm
Oye,
sure
como esto
whatever
sea
I
una
come up
broma.
with on the next go around
Oye.
will be even better.
No, no.
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying
¿Por qué
this
no
so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra
Uy,
time
qué
on the
cabrón
clock,
eres,
why
¿eh?
not?
Voy a ir a
These
partirte
are
la puta
precious
cara,
additional
¿eh?
seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Tres,
Oh,
tres,
dear
tres.
me, what's the matter,
Tres.
Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was
¿Serio?
capable of
¿En
turning it
serio?
off?
¿En serio?
I mean,
No
look
quiero
at you,
morir. Oh, Dios
running
mío.
from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on
¿Y
every
qué voy a
little
hacer?
thing in this room.
No,
These
¿esto se
numbered
puede abrir?
buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that,
Green, esto
Stanley?
no sirve de
That this
nada.
video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose
No,
in
no
this
tengo
place
ni
is?
puta idea. Creo que partirte la cara es mi propósito.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a
Y
spoiler
tú
for you.
camino de una gran
That
hostia.
timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only
No me
still
jodas.
playing instead of watching
me
a
jodas.
cutscene because I want
No
to
me
watch you
jodas.
for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's
María, menos
fine.
hacer ser.
But I'm going to destroy it first, so you
31 segundos. Oh, Dios mío. No,
Take a
el
look at the
botón.
clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Son
30
30 segundos
until a
para
big
cagarme
boom
en
and
tus
then
muertos.
nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling
No, no
desperately
puede
to your
ser.
frail life?
No.
Or will you
No,
let it go
ya no hay
peacefully?
nada.
Another
Ah.
choice.
No, no.
Don't.
¿Cómo
It's
que?
all the same to me. All a
Perfecto.
part
O
of the
sea,
joke.
esto es
And believe me, I
7,
will be laughing
6,
every second of
5,
your inevitable
4,
from the moment you
3,
fade in
2,
until the moment I...
¡Ah!